How do you define faith?
I think I would define it, and it's a great question. I've never been asked it. I would say off the top of my head, I define faith in different ways. I define faith, having faith in your values. I find faith trusting your dreams, because instinct is so much more powerful than intellect. That's a faith walk. I'd say faith, right? I'd say faith that you can get things done, and you have talent. Faith in what you believe to be true.
Yes.
Faith in people, seeing the best in people until it comes to a point. Remember the chapter in the Everyday Hero Manifesto, a red flag is a red flag, right? So I think faith in a friendly universe, to use Albert Einstein's words, right? Faith that adversity will clear and this too shall pass. Faith that everything that happens to you is for your fortune, not for your failure. That's a big one, right? Faith that life is leading you along, even if you're kicking and screaming. Life is taking you in a place that's best for your growth, and that's not bad. That's great.
When you had your first book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, you said that the first publisher was not interested, and there was a few people who basically you had, I think you had coffee with an author who was really well known, and he also didn't think much of it at the time. But you still had faith. You continued, and you tell this awesome story, a wonderful story about how you were at the bookshop, and I think you were with your son, and then you ended up running into one of the big shots at HarperCollins, and your life completely changed. Where with those, no, it's not good enough, this is not right for us, where did you find the faith then?
I don't know. There's a lot of times in my life, Sarah, I haven't had faith. A lot of times, I think if you're on a path of growth, there's a lot of times where you'll be confused. And I think, confusion is just clarity coming to get you. If you keep on growing, you're going to be confused a lot, because you're letting go of your old self. You're letting go of your old life, your old belief system. There's going to be a lot of that. But there have been a few times in my life where it was just an instinct. I just knew. And that's where I think I do believe in some destiny. And I just felt, I've really learned an opinion is just an opinion. So don't make it more than just an opinion. And I think that's a really important point. I think a lot of us would go, oh, I want to write this book. I want to write a screenplay. I want to launch an app. I want to start a bakery. And then people share their opinions, and we actually confuse their opinions with truth. Yes. But we all are seeing the world through a perceptual filter, and they're just seeing the people who are giving you negative opinions about what you can do and who you can be. They're just seeing through their perceptual filter. And that's where I think that's one way to help understand about trusting your instinct over intellect. And so, yeah, I just felt like I met that big shot author, and he basically said, oh yeah, you should stay it as a lawyer. That being an author is really a very risky thing. And I think it is in some ways. And then in that chapter, I talked about the first editor who read The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and he basically said it was a piece of garbage. and but I just continued. And I do want to say, I've been in the field a long time, but even now I deal with critics and haters and disbelievers, and it hurts, because I'm I think a sensitive human being as an artist, and I really care. But I feel it, and it hurts. And sometimes I say, you don't get it, but J.K. Rowling said it really well. She said, for some to love you, some must loathe you. Bob Dylan said it really well. He said, don't criticize what you don't understand. And so I think we have to have faith in our work and push our magic into the world, and understand that not everyone's going to get it.